Okay, all right. Hello, hello. Thank you, friends, family, and seekers, and whoever you may be, wherever you may be. Thank you for being here and tuning into today's dive. I want to talk today about the imaginal realm and how this sort of phenomenon kind of plays into the reality that we live in today, the world we live in today. Because the imagination, our ability to conceptualize and, to imagine, is a very incredibly important ability and skill when it comes to, spirituality, manifestation, and the imaginal realm. It's honestly, if you're looking at this world, this physical reality that we exist in, the thing that supersedes that reality, that it overlays, or that is sort of, precedes that physical structure around us, the physical consciousness around us, is the imagination, is the imaginal realm. We can't see it. We can't hear it. We can't smell it, taste it, touch it. It's a non-physical essence or layer of consciousness, but it is very real at the same time. It precedes the physical reality. And everything in this man-made world, that we see around us, whether it be, houses, cars, churches, telephone poles, whatever it is, that began as an idea. That began as a thought, right? So the primal or the original energy of creation itself was a thought, a dream. This world, has dreamed we've dreamed ourselves into existence. And so we have to acknowledge that humanity, again, are in a state of forgetfulness about this, that this is our dream, this is our creation. And I want to emphasize the importance of getting back to that imaginative capability of our soul in order to ascend our consciousness, in order to rise into and get a greater degree of understanding of the metaphysical plane, of the imaginal realm. Because think about it like when you're a child, when you're young, your imagination is so much more colorful, so much more potent, so much more powerful, and, I remember being a kid, I could just go out into my backyard and just with my imagination, just, pass the time. I would, pretend to be a firebender, or pretend to, be a warrior or a wizard, And, an adult's perspective is, that's just child's play. He's just being silly. But there's a reason a child, right, a younger being, is so much more in tune with that capability. And that is because that, again, they are closer to it, because that is the realm that we actually come from, right? Of the unmanifest. That as souls, we come from a realm of pure solar dream energy. And then we drop into these physical bodies, this physical incarnation, this physical existence. But for a child, that happened more recently, right? They've only been alive for a few years. So they remember more of where they came from and who they truly are and what they're truly capable of. But as we grow older and we become more conditioned, more desensitized, and our minds begin to take on the brainwashing of modernity, the political, social, and, economic systems that we belong to, these things begin to condition our minds, right? And we forget about where we come from and who we are. So, a big part of the spiritual journey is actually getting back to that childlike state of wonder and imaginal capabilities and dreams, in order to unlock that realm here in the physical, in order to, become a tether for this dream, this unmanifest, this potential to actually just, become real. And that is what we can do, in order to unlock the doors that have been shutting us into a limited sense of self, an egoic, survival-based, dreamless, colorless existence. That's what we need to fight against, to re-enliven and re-enlighten ourselves with the powers of this imaginal realm. Because again, it's real, It is actually more of a reality than this one, because this is all a dream anyway. We're dreaming this. We are bringing this, this consciousness and this light, into reality, but how we do that is important. And discovering your own unique method, or your own unique ability, I think what really helps with that is tapping into your imaginative capabilities, and to just, I always sense, I've always found that there's, I can kind of shift myself in a subtle way by just bringing, just like if I close my eyes and I just imagine something, some beautiful image or some, just to have a dream going on in my mind, in my consciousness, I've always felt that energetically just kind of shifts my whole being. And I think the reason for that is because, I'm beginning to move into a higher state of consciousness. just by dreaming, just by imagining, So, dream your dream. Even when you're, not asleep, right? Because when we're asleep, when the physical shuts down, we completely drift into that space, the dream world, the imaginal realm, right? But we can still be in that space when we're here physically too. We're taking care of our bodies, we're surviving, but we're also expanding our minds, That's something that we can do. But the mode of existence, the paradigm that we've been shut into for so long is exclusive of the expanded mind, of the awakened imagination. It's just the survival-based mentality of, doing what we have to do to survive has completely, crushed a really important part of our spiritual nature, So reclaiming that and having the ability to, to dream your dream, to live your dream, to wake up and remember what you're doing here, how this light, how this life is coming into being. It's through the imagination. It's through the mind. That is the primordial. That is the first, the thought, the creator. It's the dream. And everything else that, and everything in our lives is somehow a part of that. It's all a part of the universal dream. Whether we perceive it as a good or a bad thing, it's all from the same source. Everything flows outwardly from this imaginal dream, from this higher realm. It's just beaming its light into this denser plane. But if we're shut into just a mode where we're just getting by, where we're just, living to survive, rather than living to really live and experience life and experience light and to create light, then we can forget that we're actually there, that we're in that space of pure potential, creative, imaginal capabilities. But through the unlocking of creativity, of exploration, of wonder and imagination, it's just like, you can get up there. Sometimes it's as simple as just going outside and just looking at the sky, looking at that ethereal blue, crystalline, sphere that's just surrounding us all times, and wondering, like, what's up there? You can know. That's ether. That's the ethereal realm. And there's a rich storehouse of esoteric knowledge about the different layers of consciousness and how the dream, the ethereal, the astral, and I don't claim to have a complete authority over that, but just to know that this realm, this consciousness, this reality, this physical existence is actually just the the sort of the center of the onion. And that, as we peel back the layers, and obviously we might be crying as we get to those other layers of reality and consciousness. They're there, that we are encased in something, but that there is a beyond, and that we can begin to get there, that we can travel beyond, so it's just about awakening that wonder, that dreamlike, childlike state, in order to live our dream, instead of, the nightmare that this survival-based mentality has created for us on Earth, So I would hope that if you've been listening, if you've been watching this video and potentially, other videos on my channel, that ability, that spark, that wonder has been awakened. And you might not even need me or anything else to do it for you. That's a great place to be, where you can just tap into it on your own, without any external source of inspiration. But it's good that those external sources of inspiration exist. So I want to thank you, if you have been with me on this journey, and that we really are bringing higher levels of light and consciousness into this reality. And, it begins with, I think, that this is an important step in order to do so. And I hope you have a beautiful day, I hope you really start to remember, that this is your dream. You brought forth this consciousness, this light, this soul of yours here on Earth at this time for a reason, for a purpose, and that there may be obstacles, there might be things standing in your way, or, but remember, it's all a dream, it's all a mental, it's all just the imagination, it's all a manifestation of something. So getting yourself into the center point of it, to become the source, will allow you to see everything for what it is. So thank you, it's a journey, and I really appreciate you being here and, being a part of it. And I wish you nothing but the best on your own journey, and, good things are on the way, if you imagine them to be. If you use your mind, if you really can tap into that, then, miracles can happen. So, thank you, and have a beautiful day or evening, and we will be back soon.